The following program may contain mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. To those of you tuning into this episode of the WOSHL podcast, thank you. For those who are watching for the first time, welcome. The views and opinions of this podcast are mine and mine alone. They may or may not reflect the same views and opinions of the entire Western Ontario Super Hockey League, all people considered. However, that being said, I declare that I will continue to work tirelessly hard to bring this podcast to you. I will continue to deliver important information, highlights from any games that are streamed, and relay that information with honesty, with enthusiasm, with professionalism, and with integrity. I will do all of these things with the same care and dedication to the WOSHL League as I have done in the time that I've been involved with this senior hockey circuit. If you have any questions or concerns about anything I have ever said on here or while doing play-by-play during games, please feel free to contact me. Your host, Andrew Rogers. Hello, everyone. Andrew Rogers here, the host of the WOSHL podcast. This is episode number 22. It is the regular season finale episode, and kind of part one of part two. Part one of two. A playoff preview show. Next week we will have full previews for 1 through 8. As this weekend is our wild card round play-in tournament. As the WOSHL will determine out of the bottom 4 teams who will finish in that coveted 8th spot and a date with, hint, hint, spoiler alert, Stratford Fighting Irish in the first seed, quarterfinal best of 5. All the other series are set, and it just the closing the books on what was a phenomenal year 3 in the WOSHL Hockey League. So this episode, guys, is jam-packed. I'm not going to lie to you. 8 games, and I have highlight packs from all of them. And it takes up a bulk of this podcast. I also have 3 interviews on this podcast as well. So we feature Tyler Springer of the Dunnville Arrows. We feature Brett Case of the Alvinston Killer Bees and Brody Martin of the Woodstock Lakers. So that's all coming up afterwards. But what we'll do is we'll get to the video highlights first. Before we do that, however, I do want to read off this important thing that I was told to make mention of from Brett. Brett Case of the Alvinston Killer Bees wanted to mention this, but then he kind of blanked on it and told me to make sure to mention it, and I definitely do because it's pretty remarkable stuff. So the BAICC complex, the Brook Alvinston Inwood Community Center complex, the home of the Alvinston Killer Bees, was nominated for Craft Hockeyville 2024. So there's a post here that was put up that says here, Brook Alvinston's fate for the Craft Hockeyville to be known next month. The nomination period is now complete. Brook Alvinston was the most active local community with an estimated 2,000 stories, photos, and notes posted during the first phase of the popular contest. The 4 finalists will be announced on March the 9th, so very exciting, obviously. The winning community obviously will host an NHL preseason game and receive $250,000 for upgrades to its rink. So, man, kudos to Alvinston, for them to get 2,000 stories, photos, and notes for this whole thing. Their population is 1,000. So good for you guys. West Lorne won the contest last year. Alvinston hoping to win it this year. And so good luck to them. They deserve it. And all the best. Hopefully we have good news to share eventually. come the month of March. Okay, so like I said, without further ado, let's get to the video highlights. Then on the other side, there's a ton of graphics to go through, and I'll get you caught up on everything that you need to know, and then we'll get to our interviews later on. You're watching the WOSHL Hockey Podcast, sponsored by VMF Sportswear and Apparel. And if you didn't know by now, my name is Andrew Rogers, and I'm the host of the podcast.
Should be a great night here for hockey. We are at the Alder Arena here in Orangeville for tonight's WOSHL hockey game. 1 of 4 in the WOSHL tonight. Starting goaltenders, first for the visiting Delhi Flames, number 30, Cody Odvishar. And starting in goal for the Orangeville Blitz, number 31, Ryan Mantle. Good rec center. And that's an absolutely massive game between those two clubs. Tillsonburg with 2 games left. Tomorrow night it's against Alvinston in their season finale for both clubs. And could have big implications. There's a shot, they score! Orangeville on the board first. Little miscommunication in the zone. Leads to that shot and it beats Odvishar 5-hole. It's 1-0 Orangeville. Here. And here's a chance. Shot stopped by Robertson. Again, for those of you just joining us, Spencer Robertson was not the original starter. Ryan Mantle was. I believe is in the dressing room tending to an equipment issue. That's all I know. Here's a giveaway. Shot. Oh, pass! Off the post, it's in! Delhi scores! And they tuck it off the turnover in behind Spencer Robertson, and that ties our game up at 1 with 12:31 to go.
It's a cold keeper coming in, too. That's tough.
That's a tough situation, yeah.
Hey, he made a great save the play before, but I mean, it was...
And now, not a minute too late, is Ryan Mantle, unfortunately, who has got to come back into the game after Robertson allows a goal in his brief cameo appearance here in Orangeville. But either way, nothing but fast pace so far. Man, it's been really quick out there. Absolutely. This one out of play. We also have to keep in mind that there is no protective netting on the sides. So we're screwed if the puck comes toward us. Plus, it's not like they supplied us with helmets either. Shot from the line, that goes wide. Not that I would wear one. I'm just saying it'd be nice to be offered. Big shot scores! Shot from the line finds its way through Odvishar, and that puts the Blitz right back in the lead. It's 2-1 Orangeville. And it's going to be intercepted. Oh, kept in by Bruce at the line. A stick is broken and it's picked up by Orangeville there. Centering. Bruce with a good chance there and couldn't pull the trigger. And this one's going to be sent out by Delhi and they're going to get a change. We have a minute left on the power play as Mantle plays it ahead to Witten. Andrew Witten, number 91, in across the line. Witten to the backhand. Trying to get a shot. Pass. Everyone scores! On the rebound, number 23, Dale Thompson, goes to the net hard. And when you go to the net, good things happen. It's 3-1 Orangeville on the power play. That gives the Orangeville Blitz a 3-1 lead as we are under 2 minutes to play here in period 1. Here comes Daryl Thompson again on the backhand to the net. Good save. Rebound. Oh, wow. And now we're going to get some stuff going on here. Cody Odvishar was run over by Daryl Thompson, and Odvishar is hurt. And just mass commotion now. What? Oh my God. Okay, let's have some decency here. As the concern right now is for goaltender Cody Odvishar, who is absolutely run over by Ben Thompson or Daryl Thompson, not intentionally. I want to make sure that's clear. No indication of the penalty, but we are going to get one. So we'll sort all that out after the first intermission. Andrew Rogers here with you. We're at the Alder Arena here in Orangeville for tonight's Western Ontario Super Hockey League game. And we'll be back after a little break here in the intermission. You're watching WOSHL Hockey presented by VMF Sportswear and Apparel. Strathroy. Last check, 3-1 Tilbury over the Jets. They're in Strathroy at the Gemini Sportsplex. Sleeger's at the line, keeps it in down low. Donnelly leaves it for Sinclair. With 1:38 remaining on the Delhi Flames power play, this is back to the line to Christian Lloyd. Shot deflected, rebound, scores! Luke Sinclair right there, wide open net as the puck squeezed right through, and the Delhi Flames have gotten to within one. It's a power play goal, and just like that, it's a 3-2 score of Orangeville. That's Thaw, and they're in across the line. Jack Gee with the puck. He'll play it to the middle. Good check there, or good play by Dan Perry to get back on that. And now we have some more rough stuff in behind the play. Aventus and Attridge as they come back up the ice. Orangeville with numbers in front. Chance there, oh, St. scores! A second chance goal on the rebound. Luciani, number 88 of Orangeville, restores the Blitz 2-goal lead. It's 4-2 here in the second. Don't they? Could be the difference. They're in the first intermission. Petrolia and Tilsonburg. Petrolia is up 2-0. Here's a chance for Randall. Backhand, scores! Ridden! What a goal! What a pass! What a finish! A 3-goal Orangeville lead! Wow, that was nice. High end. 25 left in the power play. In behind the net now. Centering past to Ventus. He couldn't hit the net. Good play there and good setup by the Blitz, but it goes just wide. Penalty about to expire, 10 seconds remaining in it. Here's a chance. Scores! With 3 seconds left on the power play. Number 16, Aaron Thaw with the shot that beats the screen, Cody Odbashar, and it is 6-2 for the Blitz. For the Flames in his own end. He played across, and this one's going to be sent out to the neutral zone. Golubowski couldn't get it, and it's just sent back into the Delhi Flames end. Donnelly throws it across. Brendan Briggs. It'll be tipped into the Orangeville zone, and 7 seconds remaining here in the second period, and time will tick down as it's played out to center. So after 40, Orangeville Blitz having a great hockey game here tonight at the Alder in their season finale out on home ice. They lead the Delhi Flames 6-2 after 40. We'll be back for period 3 in a little while. Stick around. WOSHL Hockey presented by BMF Sportswear and Apparel. You're watching Orangeville Blitz Hockey presented by Chuck's Roadhouse here in Orangeville and Mighty Expedite. We'll be back. But again, the 3 other teams, Elora, Dunnville, Delhi. I mean, man, talk about a tough sledding, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I've seen Delhi, I've seen Dunnville. We haven't ran into Elora since kind of the big changes we've made.
Right.
But I know we got the depth and you know, the skill and the passion to make a push for it here.
Their chance there, and Whitten is going to bang that home. Loose puck right on the crease there, and your boy Andrew Whitten buries the second of the game. Tilsonburg and Petrolia tied at 2. And you had Laura up 2-1 on Woodstock. And this one's cleared out. 6:39 to go here in the third period. So the Jets, Tilbury over Strathroy, 6-2. Hey, we got another one. Andrew Whitten, there you go. Hat trick. Hat trick for number 91. Yeah. You'll never see that again. So Andrew Whitten of the Orangeville Blitz has the hat trick here tonight for Orangeville, and it's their 8th goal of the game. They now lead it 8-2 with 6:28 remaining here in the third period. Andrew Whitten, everyone, what a beauty. Absolutely. You're right. There's a shot and he scores. Golubowski off the faceoff, throws it past Mantle on the glove hand side. I guess they can beat them.
That'll give them some more fantasy points on the night.
So with 56.2 left, Delhi Flames add another. A big W for the Orangeville Blitz here on home ice. Their third victory of the season. Their record improves to 3-20. Delhi Flames fall to 9-13-1. That is all from the Alder Arena here in Orangeville.
Shots in the first period, 18 for the Squires and 5 for the Tilson. Folks, should enjoy this exhibition, head on the canteen and up to the Dealing Club.
Let's go, Spoiler! We are set for hockey here in Stratford. The Stratford Fighting Irish and the Elora Rocks. Starting in goal for the visiting Elora Rocks, number 29, Liam Austin. Starting in goal for the Stratford Fighting Irish, number 1, Darren Smith. Welcome back in, Brian Hawley.
Thanks, Raji. A pleasure to be here as always with you. It's a pretty easy situation for Stratford today. You got a short bench on the other side and a team playing a nothing game. And, you need 2 points to put the pressure on Tillsonburg to get that number 1 seed and get home ice throughout the playoffs, and the benefit of playing the winner of the play-in game that are playing, the play-in tournament, that are playing next week. So let's drop the puck and get on this. Got some work to do yet. 1 or 2, that's fine, but they got some guys with some bumps and bruises, and so there's a couple guys not playing today for the Irish that are just trying to get healthy.
We also saw Matt Granger in the crowd here tonight, and glad to see he's all right, but he's obviously, I think, done for the year as we have a goal. The Irish have scored, and I believe this is Matt Fuller's goal. 1-0 Irish.
Yeah, beautiful look. I believe it was Cooper Leach in behind the net with a beautiful backhand pass to a pinching number 7, Matt Fuller, who made no mistake and put it up over the shoulder of Liam Austin.
Colin Dunn's been the absolute worst workhorse. 20 games played, so for Liam Austin, not a lot of exposure, and he gets beat again here. Justin Murray with the shot from the line, and just like that, it's 2-0 Irish.
Yeah, and they're unlucky for you, Raji. Every time it seems like you look at me, Stratford puts the puck in the net, so a very similar looking play to the first one where the puck goes down low, it goes up high to a defenseman, and defenseman shoots high on the glove side. 2-0 now for Stratford, and other than 30 seconds of the last shift for Elora, we really haven't seen much life of them.
For a cross check. So face-off going to come back in the Stratford end here.
Yeah, Brody Smith a little too aggressive behind the net there. So we'll see. The one thing about Elora is that it's quality over quantity. They still have some good hockey players here today, and of course this fella taking the face-off, I believe, won the scoring race first year of the league, Alex Utley. If he wasn't, he was top 3 for sure.
Either him or Jake Brown. There's a shot, they score. That one deflecting in off the body of number 61, Filoso. And on the power play, Elora strikes it. It's 2-1. Just like that, they're back in it. All right. Cool. I'm hungry. And after that, scores! A shot from the line. It's deflected in. It hit a body. I'm not sure who, but we're tied at 2.
I'm pretty sure it was deflected in by number 12, Nicholas Beamer.
Yeah. Wow.
A really nice play of hand-eye coordination there, knocking the puck down and having it bounce in front of Smith. And just like that, it's 2-2, and Stratford gets a quick reminder that they're not playing grandmothers here. They're playing men, and you have to show up and play every shift. Otherwise, this is still the Western Ontario Super Hockey League, man. And
Crazy.
At least until 11 skaters get tired, you got to keep moving and play a real game.
Elora operating like it's a power play, but yet it's 4-on-4. Centering, that's out of the reach.
Oh, they got a tired Stratford team out there.
And it's taken away by Elora and dumped into the neutral zone. And that'll do it. Man, a lot of stuff going on out there, eh, Brian?
Yeah, for a game that means nothing, there's a lot of grumpy stuff going on. A tale of 2 periods, really. Stratford coming out fast and getting 2 early ones, and then Elora coming back hard and getting 2 to tie it up. And in the end, we're tied up, and Stratford will have to regroup. And you believe that the pace of the game is going to play out to Stratford's favor as the game wears on, but tired out a little bit. Get these 2 points they need to try and lock up first place and win the mighty Expedite Cup.
Oops. In comes Steve Dole on the breakaway. He scores! Steve Dole on the break. And the Elora Rocks, just like that, 3-2. They lead it.
Calvin Thompson caught late on a shift, was unable to make the change. They couldn't get that puck in deep. Steve Dole took off like a shot when they got possession. Blew right past Thompson, in on the net, scored 3-2. Elora. Shocker here in Stratford. For Stratford.
Wow. That was pretty wild. Matt Fuller now, 4-on-3. And he has it at the line. It's a 3-2 Elora lead. Fuller shoots wide on the blocker side. Murray in behind the net. He'll bring it to the boards. Murray tried to get through lot. Now he still has it. Centering. So scores! Fuller! On the power play, 4-on-3. This game is tied at 3. Just like that.
That's a really good power play with 4 really talented hockey players. Elora's got to feel really upset about that. Playing such a good period thus far with about 7.5 minutes left in the second period. Left shot, so
right.
Yeah, I had to try and take that on the backhand, but again, the puck skipped right in front of him.
True. Stratford's going to pick up the puck, bring it across center, and dump it into the Elora zone. Hamilton plays it around to McCormick. Big 2 points on the line, at least as it pertains for Stratford. So this one's into the Elora zone, around the boards, and Michael Finley going for the hit and keeps it in the zone, but now it's out into the middle. Colin Martin with the steal. He'll bring it the other way and dump it in, go in after it. And it's off the boards, look out! Where is it? It's in! What a job by Colin Martin. Lead, and Stratford has answered in a big way here, and they've got the lead back. Woods and Robbins after him. He goes down on the back check. Now, here's Graham Brulot up the ice. Shoots, scores! Graham Brulot along the ice, blocker side. And just like that, it's a 2-goal Irish lead. It's 5-3.
Well, you know, if you say enough things out loud, eventually you get some right. And to my point about Stratford scoring in bunches, what a great lead pass by Cameron Stokes.
Before their game tonight. And then obviously Tilsonburg would need 2 points to take first.
Yeah, they would have to win. If Stratford only, oh boy, another bad line change.
Utley scores. Alex Utley on the stretch pass, on the breakaway, puts it past Darren Smith, and just like that, we're 5-4 here. And like I say, we still have a period of hockey to go with 2 big points on the line for Stratford for sure. Here it comes up the ice. Utley shoots, saved by Smith. Rebound, there for the taking, but not in on goal. Elora's gonna have to press quickly, but time's gonna run out. So after 40, we are tied at 5-4 Irish lead after 40. And again, big third period coming up here. Utley in there on the forecheck. Could be played to the other corner, opposite. McCormick trying to keep it in deep and can't. Now it's almost given away. Robertson going after Martin. Back to Leach. Oh, good pass across, but it was out of the reach of Stokes. Centering pass here to Curtis Noguera. Scores! Curtis Noguera! Number 88. Puts it home. Top corner, blocker side. And just like that, 6-4, Stratford.
Talk about getting goals from unexpected sources. I mean, I'll have to check the stats. To be honest with you, yeah, that's his first of the year.
And
so congratulations to Curtis Noguera. It was his first Western Ontario Super Hockey League goal.
Elora for that game, and then Dunnville-Delhi will be the next night in Delhi. So that'll be a fun weekend of hockey.
Absolutely, and traditionally, yes, Elora have 8:30 home games on Friday nights. So
right, and Delhi has 8 o'clock on Saturdays. There's a shot from Brulot. It's up in the air.
The only thing I might say is that they may need to play earlier to make sure they can get that last game in so that we have one finalist at the end.
Pass over to Robbins. It was in his skates. And in some more skates, and now it's out. Big hit on the boards on Calvin Thompson on Nick Beamer, who Calvin Thompson gave him a swipe after. And puck is in behind the net, stripped. Here's Cameron Stokes! Scores! I didn't know if he was going to score. Martin plays this one in deep, and Hamilton has it now. Up to the line, it's out. Murray's going to have to regroup, and he'll play it back to Fuller. 2:12 play here in period 3. And again, coming up on the WOSHL podcast as well, it's a playoff preview show where I'll break down the ins and outs, and that one off the end boards, another fortuitous bounce, and Justin Murray posits it in the empty net, and it's 8-4.
And we are all happy that Raji is expanding his vocabulary.
Thanks for that. I owe it to you.
Another lucky bounce there. For a guy who gave up 8 goals, I feel bad for Austin, for Liam Austin, who has actually played a good game. And in fairness, I can't think of any of the 8 goals that you can lay on his feet.
No.
Either guys in alone or bad bounces, or
Yep.
a lot. That's at least 3 goals that have gone off the backboards to a defenseman.
You suck.
Now you got to earn it.
Awesome. No, you know what? You set me up perfectly for that, so I'll give one back. I couldn't do this without you, buddy. It's so much fun doing these games with you. It really is.
It's been my absolute pleasure to be here again for the 3rd straight year, and hopefully the Fighting Irish will renew my contract for next season.
Hey, if I got any say in it, they will. Well, with that, the regular season year 3 for the Irish is in the books. They finish with a record of 16, 6-2, and currently hold the number 1 spot in the WOSHL standings.
And put on a show for the 500 or so fans showed up for tonight's game.
It all comes down to this tonight, and we're going to talk about it as we go on. But first of all, these are two teams going opposite directions right now. The previous month, Alveston 3-1 in their last 4. Tilsonburg 0-4, 4-game losing streak. This one, it has a weird feel to it. Tilsonburg, they've had some short benches, some injuries. Alveston, they're young, they're fast, they're not phased by some of these bigger, stronger, more experienced teams. I'm looking forward to this. This should be a great matchup tonight, Roger. What are you thinking?
Well, okay, so you have Tilsonburg coming into the game. They've scored 130 times.
Yeah.
Alveston, 125. It's going to be a scorer's dream today.
It's going to be a great game. I definitely think it's going to be high-flying. Tilsonburg, a little bit of a short bench again tonight. They're not running their full complement. But this is a established organization. Looking forward to what they can do out there. Puck is dropped, and we are underway here in Tilsonburg of the season. But there definitely are tonight. Here we go. Hutchison getting pushing and shoving, going in center ice behind the play, and it's turned over to McEwen. Look out, McEwen's got speed. Cuts in, cuts to the middle. Looks towards the net, fires a shot, save Raymond, and he holds on, no rebound. But, oh, wow, James McEwen. You told me early in the game, Raji, in the pregame, he's got to watch out for, and he's showing you why.
And that just goes to show you how good this league is.
Yeah.
A turnover in the neutral zone, a terrible spot to turn the puck over. You got a defenseman going north, a guy coming in south and hot, and he makes a great play, but Jesse Raymond, big save.
Big stop again by Razor there early on. Shots now 2-2. But they did beat Tilsonburg 7-4 in Alveston on February 3rd. Here's McQueen. McQueen cuts through the middle, and it's off his stick. Power play about to expire. Another offer on the power play for the Thunder. Here's Forsyth battling along the wall. And Alvis is going to emerge with that puck. Here they come, charging out. Freifogel. He's got a man cutting to the net. Freifogel makes a move. Pass it for Set just wide that time by McLean. Just missing. That would have been a tap in. Raymond was down and out.
What a pass.
Here's Forsyth. Forsyth taking it to the wall that time. He makes a play, though, back to the point. Brzezinski knocks it down. Brzezinski, though, tied up, and he can't find the puck, and here comes Alveston the other way. McLean again, in.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, there was
six.
They did call it.
Too many.
They called too many men.
Second, what happened? Because I seen Tapsel come down.
Yeah.
I'm not even. Sorry, I saw Tapsel come in, and I started counting. I was like, wait a second, there's too many.
Yeah.
And they called it right away. Wow, unbelievable.
So Andrew Tapsel came out. And a little bit of miscommunication there, and now the Killer Bees will get their first chance on the power play. 50 seconds to go here in this first Alveston power play. It's been a good one for the Bees. They're set up in the Thunder zone.
Yeah, good pressure there, good movement on the power play, good setup. Just couldn't get one past Raymond.
Here's Carson Perry working in wide on Barletta. Backhand pass. Up the wall, it's going to be on the tape of Bowers. Bowers. Back to the high point, that's Chandler. Back for Bowers. All the way across, what a play! Killer Bees strike first. Aiden Kruder. And the Killer Bees score on the power play. 1-0 Alveston. 7:33 to play here in the first.
Well, and you know what? On a penalty like too many men on the ice, that's a terrible one to be scored on, because you know it just comes down to simple logistics.
Yeah.
Miscommunication of who is supposed to come on, who is supposed to go off.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, your team's down. You don't want to give any team breathing room or life and hope. And now you've given Alveston the icebreaker. They lead 1-0.
Yep.
And then action in the first period. It's just been phenomenal hockey.
Doesn't get any better than this. Thompson back for Geldart. Down low, Hutchison will give chase. Kudo wins that battle in the corner, but again, he's tied up. See if he can get some help. Kudo works out with the puck across. Geldart, 10 seconds to play. Shot through, just wide. Kudo spins to the middle. 3 seconds and it's out to center. That'll take care of the first period here in Tilsonburg. What a first period it was. After 1 period of play, the visiting Alveston Killer Bees 1-0 lead after 20. We'll be back with second period action here on Sporfy. I'm Trey Hamilton. Thanks a lot again. Thanks again a lot, Mr. Andrew Rogers, for joining me tonight. We'll have lots to talk about as this game goes along. You want to come out here and show teams like Tilsonburg
Go back on the other
that
side.
you mean absolute business. So this is going to be an entertaining final 40 minutes of play. We are really looking forward to it. Folks, we just got a score update at the end of the first period in Woodstock. Not a lot of goaltending going on. 5-4 the score for Orangeville after 1 period of play. in Woodstock. So, as I said, goaltending, non-existent. Whole different story here tonight. Raymond's made some big stops. DeConing's made some huge stops. And we got a 1-0 score here in Tillsonburg as we're getting ready for puck drop. McQueen, McGuffin, Alban, Abraham, Knox, and the big line. McEwen centering for Alvinston.
Trey, buckle up, man. We're 40 minutes to go. Hoarding up the numbers he's had has been nothing short of incredible.
Agree fully with you, Raji. Broke his career high in his second season with the Thunder. Set a Thunder single season scoring record as well.
48.
Two points shy of 50 here tonight. See if he can get it. Here's Oban as the power play ticks under 30 seconds. Oban back for Barletta. Barletta through a screen off a leg. They score! Brendan Barletta might have been deflected in front by Thompson. Thunder even the score on the power play. Looks like Sheldon Thompson might have got off his foot or off the mid part of his stick. Either way, Thunder capitalized, and we're tied up at 1, Raji. Here we go.
And you see the life just brought back into this building after a goal. Momentum is everything. If you can bag a couple at this point, goals usually happen in bunches in this league. Tillsonburg, no stranger to scoring in bunches. That's a big goal to get the crowd into it.
For sure.
We have a score from Woodstock, Orangeville leading Woodstock 6-5 in the second period.
Oh my goodness.
So, and again, on that play in particular, another big save by DeConing and no rebound.
There's a good stop again by DeConing. Shot snuck through from Abraham, and DeConing made a good, solid, low save. He's been hot. He's only allowed 3 goals in his last 3 games combined, with that shutout in Tilbury and then the 2-1 game where he battled Evan DeBrouwer, who's a guy, when you're a goaltender, you're going to lose to him most nights. Here's a turnover. Hutchison, Thompson, Hutchison, and shoots, save DeConing, rebound, goal! Sheldon Thompson, a 2-goal period, and the Thunder take the lead. Their first lead of the night, and what feels like their first lead in 2 weeks, Raji. 2-1 here at the 9:58 mark, and Thompson's got his second of the night. That looks like David Volpe, who was going down the lit. Yeah, it looked like David Volpe, former Orangeville Blitz. So rub that one in a little bit. For the Blitz, literally nothing to play for, but they're tied at 7 with Woodstock, a team that's got a lot on the line. There's a shot through. Good stop by Raymond, and he holds on. It isn't actually his line, and he's won 3 in a row. Play from the point down low. Spun near the middle, off and through the goal mouth, but no contact from a B. Freifogel through a screen, knocked down. Geldart off the window. And Thompson and Kudo might have a 2-on-1. Under 10 seconds to play. Thompson going to the net off the goalpost from Kudo. That close to making it 3-1. Now to 2-on-1 the other way. McEwen up, shoots, scores with under a second. With under a second to play.
Can I interject? McEwen, so smart. He looked at the clock and saw how much time was left, and he come down and he knew how much exact time he needed to shoot that puck, and a buzzer beater here in Tillsonburg. Oh my God.
There was
oh my God, Dan.
0.06 seconds to play in the second period.
Have you ever seen anything
No, that was insane. You get the goal posted out at one end. They're going to try to make them play the 1 second. The Killer Bees and the Thunder don't want to, because 1 second is just a puck drop here. .23-24 the shots, 20 minutes to play here in the third.
Or more.
Or more, exactly. Raji, this has been a great game.
Hey, nothing better than some free hockey every now and then, eh, Trey?
Exactly. It's just, when you got the stress of us Tillsonburg fans, I don't know how much...
What stress? You don't look stressed at all, man.
Hey, the 16-2-1 turned to 16-6-1 is
pretty darn quick, didn't it?
Any man crazy. So,
yeah.
As mentioned, though, 2-2 the score entering the third period here. Thunder started off with McQueen, Forsyth, and McGuffin, and it's the big McEwen line. McEwen, the aforementioned, scored with under a second to play in the second period to tie it up at 2. Brandon Kudo spins around, he's going to take it out, and that's going to kill it. They want the 1 point, so, but it's not going to get you first place. So
okay, so Trey, what's on the line? What do you want to talk about?
Well, so that deadlocks Tillsonburg with Stratford, but Doesn't matter because Stratford has beat Tillsonburg both times.
So Stratford has the tiebreaker.
Stratford and Tillsonburg are now tied at 34.
34,
Yeah, so that is irrelevant now. Stratford has the tiebreaker.
Tillsonburg win in overtime, they're number 1.
They are number 1. So we go 3-on-3 for 3 minutes.
Yep.
Then we go 2-on-2 for 2 if necessary. But Raji, I have a feeling this one's ending in 3-on-3. Is he going to try? Plays it up for McQueen. It's turned over, and that's going to be offside. And that'll end the first overtime. So, folks, 2-on-2 as I see the Woodstock Lakers take a 10-9 lead. Barletta skating up. He's got McQueen flying. Fired shot. Off a stick into the corner. McEwen might have a breakaway.
Oh my God!
Here he comes. James McEwen. Season on the line for the Thunder. Oh! Raymond went for the pad stacker. McEwen broke the stick. Oh my goodness. What a game.
Did you see the look on McEwen's face as he was skating back up here? He had the biggest smile on his face.
He saw the pad stacker. Raymond pulled it out like it's the 90s.
Barletta, man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Fogel. Fry Fogel puts it in deep. Kudo's got great wheels. He'll be there. Kudo's on it. Here he goes, Brandon Kudo. Flying through center ice. Crowd behind him. Kudo swings around the back of the net. Stops up. If you lose possession here, it might be game over. Puts it down low, Knotts. Knotts, spin move. Fights through a check, Knotts right in. DeConey with the big poke check. Knotts is down. Breakaway for Pruder. Here he comes. He stops, looking for the 2-on-1 instead. Freifogel, what a stick by Kudo. Abraham, 30 seconds. Abraham works in. Abraham, inside, outside move. Oh, and DeConey goes down. It's a 2-on-0. 2-on-0. That's a cross. Oh, what a play.
Raymond's down.
Both goalies are down right now, folks. What is going on? Pandemonium in Tillsonburg. I have not seen a game like this in my lifetime.
Gotta give it to him, man.
What a play that time. You gotta question it. It's a 2-on-0, and they stopped up. Pruder stopped up looking for, sorry, that wasn't Pruder, that was Chandler. He stopped trying to get the 2-on-1 set up, and then just pandemonium. Abraham bowling into DeConing. 11 seconds here, McQueen.
This is awesome, man. I can't handle this, man.
I finally won.
There you go.
$420.
That's awesome. We got the 50-50 winner here. 1 second on the clock, and folks, 1-on-1 as we see Woodstock taking the 11-10 lead. They win,
If they win, right?
And would they hold that tiebreaker? I think so. I think, or no? I think they split the season series 2-2.
But I don't know. It's regulation wins.
Yeah, it comes down to ROW, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, Trey, take us 1-on-1.
Well, James McEwen, Jamie McQueen, the two Jimmies out there. It doesn't get any better than this. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, this is great. Look, and the goalies are out so far too. That's awesome.
Because the goalie's your face-off man. You win. Oh, look, McEwen right away. McEwen in, scores.
Oh my God.
Alvinston wins it in overtime. James McEwen, and congratulations Stratford, Mighty Expedite Trophy winners after that one.
A thriller.
What a game here in Tillsonburg.
Goalie matchups for tonight's game. Ben Edwards in net for Woodstock. He has had a very, very busy last little bit. This game was originally scheduled to be Logan Vermont's start, but there was a switch made at the last minute. Ben Edwards getting in net. He has a record of 12-8 right now, and for the Orangeville Blitz, they're going to send out Vince Ferguson for Cora. He has taken a lot of time off. His only actual other game in net was the other game against Woodstock. The Blitz have been relying on Ryan Mantle, but with their play-in game against the Laura coming up, they're going to rest them. As we get going here, I just want to say, last game we had the Tillsonburg the Tillsonburg Thunder crew helping us out, and thank you so much to them. I want to say at the end of the game, I made an error I want to rectify. There was an incident between a fan and a player, and score! Just like that, Christian Polillo. I wanted to say that early to try and beat any action, but Christian Polillo with the snipe beats me to it. And Pecora out there is maybe playing to see if he can secure a spot on our roster next year. Spencer Robertson is the backup goaltender for the Orangeville Blitz tonight. He has shot score. Kevin who? No, Brody Martin, 91, not 19. Brody Martin increasing his goal total. He has had a career year offensively. Last season more known for his fighting prowess. This year he has chucked some nucks, but he's also put some pucks in the back of the net. Love to see it for him. I actually saw a couple of Brody Martin fans in the crowd, a couple kids wearing Brody Martin jerseys. And I will get Mike Ripe out of the way. Those were red jerseys with white text on them, and they look much better than these ones with red jerseys with black text on them. There's a shot. Glove save, Ferguson Pecora. No, it's Spencer Robertson. They made an early goalie switch. And I was mentioning Spencer Robertson, who last season spent some time with the Alveston Blitz, then spent some time in the New Zealand Hockey League. Made his way back to Canada, looking to impress some people here. Here comes Sean Noddle for the Blitz. Noddle shot, score! Sean Noddle! And the Orangeville Blitz back in it. Alvinston could jump up into that 4 spot, and if they do, then the Lakers can't get into the 5 no matter what. And shot scores! Aaron Tho might have been deflected out front by, I think that was DeMello Smith. Credit Tho with it right now. He's leading him to the bench. That usually means he's got it, and it is 2-2. Parsons is then knocked off the puck. Good recovery there by Cody Gibson. And here comes the Blitz on a 2-on-1. Pass over, shot, scores! And the Blitz take the lead. It's Aaron Tho. His second of the game. And yes, this game doesn't mean a ton to either teams, but momentum. And the Lakers still pushing in there. Here come the Orangeville Blitz again on the partial break. It's Noddle. Noddle shot, scores! Sean Noddle. They'll send the cherry picker, and it's working every time right now. And the Orangeville Blitz have a 4-3 lead. So 4-2 for Orangeville. Cherry picker. Back towards the net, no go, and here come the Lakers the other way. Marani's with Chang and Schmidt. Marani walking in. Chang's going to go to the net. Shot towards the net, deflected, and scores! That's going to go to Alex Marani. It went off of Jacob Hiltz, and the Lakers are back within 1. The penalty kill, which gives Randazzo the freedom to go back and get it. Siegel will likely, even though he's a defenseman, he'll probably come off the bench and filter up high, at least at first, to try and get that cherry picker back in the game. Who coming in with a ton of speed. Kevin Who walking in all alone, trying to put it towards the net for Polillo, and it's blocked. Back out front to Who's, picked up by Robertson. Again for Randall. Who scores? Kevin Who, 38. Up the boards. Volpe. That's kept in. Great play there by Brody Martin. Great hand-eye. But he's dispossessed by DeMello Smith, who's also had a pretty good game for himself on the defensive front. Thompson, walk in, looking to get the lead back for the Blitz. Shot wide of the net. Rebound! Scores! Dan Perry. Off the wall, and the Blitz have the lead again. And this one might be next goal wins. Or last goal wins, I should say. They expect him to be able to go the rest of the game. Had a pretty good period earlier, and he gives up a goal there. Kevin Hu, that's 39. You'll love to see it. Tie game now. Kevin Hu. Simon will go back to Monkhouse, who will put it in the corner. Hiltz sends it to the cherry picker, and now it's a 2-on-0. Pass out front, shot, scores! Derek Ferris. And it's 6-5 blitz. Though switches back in. He's pulled over by Randazzo, and now Smith. Smith, back over, shot, scores! Aaron Tho picks up his second. The goal horn went off for the blitz goal. Not really looking. Now Kevin Hu will pick it up in his own zone. He's chasing history. Kevin Hu walking in, gets to Palillo. Palillo the shot, scores! Christian Palillo! Tacks on another one, and it is 7-6. On his backhand with Volpe. Hu takes the shot, scores! Is that 40? With the great shot towards the net, ties the game. And if that's Hu's goal, that is number 40. Shot from point, a little high. Great chance there for Parsons, who came off holding his wrist late in the second period, didn't return. He's back out here for the third period, thankfully. Parsons over to Volpe. Volpe, the shot, scores! It went in very slowly. Robertson had it, but it trickled past him. And I believe that's just going to be Volpe's goal. Simon is leading them to the bench, so maybe Simon got a stick on it. Dubecki on the backhand, gets the puck poked away. Good defensively there by Cody Gibson. Turnover, shot, scores! Kevin Hill again! I looked away because I thought the play was over. A major turnover. Good hustle play there by, I believe that was Palillo there. Might have been Dubecki. And Spencer Robertson, I hope your teammates buy you dinner for the next month because they just left you with Kevin Hu. Bench is really giving it to the refs here. The Blitz haven't had too many wins this season. They would love one, even though this game technically doesn't mean anything for them. A win is always a win, and a win is always better than a loss. And Edwards that time is going to cover up. No, it goes in! Edwards thought he had it, but poking it out was Nick Hodgson. So number 10, Nick Hodgson for the Blitz is going to make it a one-goal game once again. Shot goes wide. Parsons lets it leave the zone. 6:55 remaining. Aaron Tho. And that's going to be a penalty. No, it's going to be a goal. It's tied up. Aaron Tho was hauled down. He had a penalty coming. But Jacob Hiltz picks up the puck before a Laker could get to it and pops it home. It is 9-9. Really strong in the second half of the season, so there's reason to be confident as Hunter Dubecki rings it around. Randall drops for Hu. Kevin Hu with 4 on the night. Over to Dubecki. Dubecki walking in. Takes the shot. Scores! Hunter Dubecki! It's a perfect 10 for Hunter Dubecki. From the blitz the other way. Shot stopped by Edwards. Rebound is deflected and out of the zone. 2:30 left in the third period. And Dan Perry was tripped up by the ghost on the blue line. Well, the 3 stars of the week in the WOSHL should all come from this game. 7-point game for Who, 6-point game from Palillo, in addition to their big games last night. And out front scores! Dan Thompson ties the game. Gives the Orangeville fans who made the trip a reason to celebrate. It is 10-10. A little bit of exaggeration there. Or maybe not. He's taking a lot in the last minute or so. Chance out front for Dubecki. The shot. Loved away by Robertson. Another chance for Dubecki. Up front scores! Kevin Hu! With a minute on the clock. His 8th point of the game. His 5th goal. Yes, it is 11-10. Can capitalize here with 5 seconds left. Let's see what play they've drawn up. Looks like they're going to send it right towards the net. Play a rugby scrum here. And it's won by Dubecki, who couldn't win a faceoff to save his life last night. Wins that one. Kevin Hu tried it for his 9th. He missed it. And that ends the regular season. A very strange game ends up in the Woodstock Lakers' favor. They will be the 6th seed. They'll be playing Tilbury in the first round. Game 2 will be here in Woodstock.
Okay, guys, so let's rhyme off all of these graphics that you guys see before you here. The first one is our WOSHL standings, and obviously, as you guys can see, the 2022-2023 standings up here. Tilbury in the number 1 spot, taking home the Mighty Expedite Trophy last year. And again, that just gives you kind of an idea, a reminder, if you will. And then, boom, look at this. Here's our final standings of the WOSHL regular season year 3. Congratulations go off to the Stratford Fighting Irish, who win the Mighty Expedite Trophy for finishing first with the best record this year. They earned that, although Stratford and Tillsonburg both finished with identical 16-6-2 records. It was the Stratford Fighting Irish who won the tiebreaker, which was the head-to-head matchup. So not wins, but the head-to-head. The other tiebreak, so we can fill you in on Petrolia over Alvinston with the 30 points. The tiebreaker there, Petrolia with 15 wins, Alvinston with 14. Lower down on the standings list, Delhi winning the tiebreak over Dunnville for the 9th spot and the right to host that playing game with 9 wins over Dunnville's 8. So that just hopefully will clear up any confusion that anybody might have still at this point for your standings questions. All right. The next one here is our leading scores from 2022-2023. This was pretty remarkable stuff at the time. Kevin Hu had set the new bar for the goals scored with 30. That was the new record set last year. And then you had Dylan Denemy, the captain of the Tilbury Bluebirds, setting the WOSHL record for most points in the season with 50. And, well, sorry, Dylan, but your record was absolutely obliterated this year. As you guys can see here, Kevin Hu, an absolutely dominant season, 42 goals, 69 points. His teammate Christian Palillo leading all WOSHL players with 39 assists, and Hu and Palillo finished top 2 in scoring. We also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 others. 6 others finish with 40 or more, including Chris Donnelly and Christopher Martin of Delhi, Sammy Benga and Dylan Denemy of Tilbury. You had Jamie McQueen of Tillsonburg and James McEwen of Alvinston. Our next graphic is leading scores for the D-men. Congratulations goes out to Austin Jennings, who finishes first in defenseman scoring. 7 goals, 25 assists, and only 13 games played, finishing with 32. Ryan Fraser is the runner-up here with 25. Mitch Randall of Woodstock, 24. Justin Murray of Stratford with 22. Bailey Freifogel, 21. Matt Henderson, 21. Tom Longland, 20, alongside Thomas Monroe and Chris Knotts. And then you had Christian Lloyd of Delhi rounding out the top 10, finishing with 19. Next category is the leading goaltenders. You had Ryan Polidori finishing first in wins with 14, his record of 14-5-1. You had Ben Edwards playing a league high 22 games, 13-8 for a league high in minutes played with 1,310. Zach Weir goes 11-3-2. Evan DeBrouwer 10-5-2. You had Matt Segrot and Nolan DeKoning both finishing 9-4-1. Colin Dunn at 8-11-2, plays 21 games, second to Edwards. Sean Parker 7-5, Benjamin Blacker 6-4, and Brandon Campbell of the Petrolia Squires at 5-3. Amongst the top 9, Zach Weir losing 3 games in regulation only, another 2 in overtime. But Zach Weir of the Irish, great season by him, and for the league leading Irish. I want to give a shout out to these 6 gentlemen who were the Iron Men in the WOSHL League this year, playing in all 24 of their team's games. You have Jesse Ferguson and Craig Wright, both of Petrolia Squires, Justin Chang of the Woodstock Lakers, Bailey Freifogel of the Alvinston Killer Bees, Sean Golubowski of the Delhi Flames, and Colin Barton of the Stratford Fighting Irish. Leading goal scorers, as we mentioned already, Kevin Hugh with 42, leads all WOSHL skaters and goals. Christopher Martin finishes second with 23, and James McEwen with 22 break the 20-goal mark. TJ Harris with 18, Palillo with 18. You had Banga, Denemy, Donnelly, and Chad Heron of the Allura Rocks with 17. Jesse Ferguson with 16 round out the top 10 in goals. From there, we go to the assists. Like I say, Palillo finishes first in assists with 39. Jamie McQueen with 34. Brandon Biggers of the Petrolia Squires with 32. Also in this top 10, Hunter Dubecki with 26 assists for the Woodstock Lakers. And then you had Austin Jennings rounding out the top 10 with assists with 25. Over on the penalty minutes, well, I know guys that make this list sometimes love to see their name in this top 10 list. I don't know if the teams feel the same way, but however, I digress. You had 3 Stratford Fighting Irishes in the top 10 in the penalty minute category. Maverick Petrie with 79, Justin Murray 76, Matt Fuller with 72. You also had Delson Aventus from the Orangeville Blitz with 64, Nick Beamer of Allura with 61, and a guest on this week's edition of the podcast, Brody Martin, with 66, finishes in the top 10 as well. From there, I want to introduce this. I can't remember exactly if I did this in the podcast last year or not, but I'm going to give away 3 WOSHL Podcast Awards, and these are my nominees for these 3 categories. First one is the most valuable player. My nominees are Kevin Hugh, Christian Palillo, Chris Donnelly of the Delhi Flames, Jamie McQueen of the Tillsonburg Thunder, and James McEwen of the Alvinston Killer Bees. From there, I'm going to go to the Defenseman of the Year. Again, you can see how these are kind of, I guess, modeled after the NHL trophies, but either way, we're going to give out one for the MVP. We're going to give one out for the defenseman as well. My nominees here are Austin Jennings, Ryan Fraser, Mitch Randall, Justin Murray, and Bailey Freifogel are the 5 nominees for the WOSHL Podcast Award for Defenseman of the Year. And the last category is going to be for the goalies, the goaltenders of the year, or goaltender of the year. Nominees include Ryan Polidori, Ben Edwards, Zach Weir, Evan DeBrouwer, and Matt Segrot. So those are my 3 categories, and I'm going to give out special recognition awards for the WOSHL Podcast Awards for those 3 categories. I also made a post there at the end of the Dunnville Arrows season, giving a season summary on the Dunnville Arrows year, and I have a similar graphic for every one of the other 10 teams, and I'm going to cover them once again. For the Alvinston Killer Bees, 14-8-2, 128 in, 99 against. Leading scorer James McEwen, 48 points. He also led the team in goals and assists. Nolan DeConing, a great bounce back year for him. 14 games played. He went 9-4-1 on the season. And Alvinston Killer Bees find themselves finishing in 5th and will take on the Petrolia Squires in round number 1. From there, we go to the Delhi Flames, 9-4-1 on the season, 110 in, 149 against. For them, Chris Donnelly leading the team in points with 48 and assists with 31. Number 3, Chris Martin leading the team in goals with 23. Kudos to Sean Golubowski, as we mentioned already. 24 games played for him this season with the Delhi Flames. Next up, as we mentioned, the Dunnville Arrows, and I'll give you a little bit of a snippet on them. Dunnville 8, 13-3, 88 in, 106 against. Kudos here to Tom Longland and Luke Rowe for both playing 23 games apiece. You had Matt Schmaltz and Brad Parrish both finishing with 13 goals for a team high. Matt Rigrock finishes with a team high 18 assists and 29 points. Jesse Schumann goes 5-8-3 on the season, 16 games played, was an absolute workhorse for the Arrows, and again, backstopped them to in a lot of games, and they should have had a better record, but then Dunnville should have had a better record as well, as they played much better than the 8-13-3 record. Next up are the Elora Rocks. As we take a look at their slide here, Elora finishes in 8th, 10-12-2, 8th, and having to go into the play-in tournament for that 8th spot. 108 goals for, 118 against, splitting time between the Fergus Arena CW Sportsplex, and now they're back at the Jefferson Elora Community Center in Elora, Ontario. Chad Heron leading the team in points, both with goals, 17, and points with 30. You had Jeff White, defenseman Jeff White, leading the team in assists with 15. He also led the team in games played, missing all but one, 23 games played for the veteran of the WOSHL League. Colin Dunn, another workhorse season for him, 21 games played, went 8-11-2 on the year. Next up are the Orangeville Blitz, and the thing is here, the disclaimer here is that the stats aren't indicative, as most of these players, obviously, as you can see by games played, were not around for the entirety of the season. They finished with a record of 3-21, go 83 in, 186 against. Obviously, a tough season for them, but they head into the play-in with a lot of upside and, well, a lot of unknowns, but they have a potential to really make some noise should they make that 8th and final spot if they do win the play-in. You had Matlock Bobechko, missed a handful of games at the end of the year with an injury, and would like to see him come back and for this play-in game on Friday. Him and Sean Noddle finished tied for the league for the team high in points with 9. And again, the big pluses on the team from what I've seen. Daryl Thompson looks electric. Ben Thompson, obviously, same thing. And Andrew Witten, who had a hat trick in the final game against Delhi, that the Orangeville Blitz played on home ice this past Friday. And you also had Aaron Tho, and he had a hat trick against the Woodstock Lakers. So again, there's guys that can make some serious noise on the Blitz team, and we'll see what they've got come playoff time. Also want to give a shout out to friend of the show, Ryan Mantle. Went 3-9, played in 16 games for the Blitz this season, and obviously had a tough year all around, was banged up and whatever have you, but he will no doubt start the playing game against the Elora Rocks, and we'll see what they have in store. Our next graphic is for the Petrolia Squires, who completed their first WOSHL season after spending a lot of time in the AAA. They went 15-9 in their first year and finished 4th, 131 in, 95 against. Kudos here to Brandon Biggers, who leads the team who finishes first in team scoring. 32 assists and 39 points are both tops on the Squires. Also, congratulations goes out to TJ Harris, who finishes first on the team in goals with 18. I also want to point out Craig Wright and Jesse Ferguson, who I made mention of earlier, both playing 24 games apiece. Brandon Biggers, Ryan Trottier, and TJ Harris finishing with 23 and a close second runner up there. A three-headed monster in net as all three had significant time in the net. Sean Parker led the way with 12 games under his belt. Brandon Campbell with 8. Dan Eichel with 4. Parker goes 7-5. Campbell 5-3, and Eichel 3-1. Next up are the Strathroy Jets. Or sorry, excuse me. Thought it was the Jets. Shoot. Okay, anyway, sorry. Next up is the Stratford Fighting Irish, who finished first in the WOSHL standings, winning the Mighty Expedite Trophy in year number 3. They go 16-6-2, 120 in, 93 against. Congratulations goes out to Graham Brulot, who leads the team in scoring. 30 points for Brulot, including a team-high 17 assists. He also had a team-high 13 goals. Congratulations go to Colin Martin for leading the team in games played as well. Zach Weir, incredible year for him. 8 wins last year, 11 this year. He goes 11-3-2 and 16 appearances with the Irish this season, and will no doubt his net to lose come playoff time, in my humble opinion. Next graphic, go to the Strathroy Jets, who finish in 7th position. They will take on the Tillsonburg Thunder in the first round. 12-10-2 for the Jets, 91 in, 85 against. Cameron Amos leads the team in scoring, 26 points, including a team-high 17 assists. Number 16, Kobe Ferreira, finishes first in goals for the Jets with 13. Leading the team in games played, Cameron Amos and Justin McIntyre, both with 23 apiece. Evan DeBrouwer, one of the absolute bright shining spots on the Jets from this past season. He plays in 17 games and goes 10-5-2. He will pose a very tough matchup in the goal for the Jets against the Thunder. Our next graphic goes to the Tilbury Bluebirds, who finish in 3rd this year with a record of 15-8-1, 120 in, 88 against. Sammy Benga and Dylan Denemy were both electric and both put up identical numbers: 23 games, 17 goals, 29 assists, both with 46. Kudos also to Travis Winkworth, who finishes with 37 points. Austin Jennings finishes with 32. He tops amongst all defensemen in WOSHL scoring. Benga and Denemy combine to lead the team in all 3 categories: goals, assists, and points. You also had Ryan Polidori once again finishing tops amongst goalie wins with 14. He goes 14-5-1 in 20 games played this season. Next up are the Tillsonburg Thunder, who finished 2nd in the WOSHL standings, 16-6-2, 132 good for tops in the WOSHL, 94 against for the Thunder. You had Jamie McQueen leading the way in assists with 34 and points with 48. Brandon Kudo leads the team in goals with 15. You also had Kudo and McQueen with 23 games apiece played this year. Kane Geldart, Chris Knotts, and Anthony Geldart all finishing with 22 games played this season. Great to see commitment. Andre Waugh, Jesse Raymond, Matt Segrod, another 3-headed monster in net. Andre Waugh goes 4-1, Jesse Raymond 3-1-1, and Matt Segrod 9-4-1 record for Segrod. And again, looking to season net come that series. It'll be a goaltenders. It'll be an absolute goaltenders battle there between Matt Segrod and Evan DeBrouwer. Our final season summary sheet goes to the Woodstock Lakers, who finished 14-10. They finished in 6th spot in the WOSHL standings, 129 in, 127 against. Kevin Hugh finishes first in, well, pretty much every category here. Hugh, first in goals, 42. First in points with 69. Christian Polillo finishes first on the team in assists with 39. You have Palillo and Mitch Randall finishing with 23 games apiece. Justin Chang at team high 24. And again, lots of commitment there from the Woodstock Lakers all season long. And their MVP, I believe, is Ben Edwards. 13-8 on the year. He was just phenomenal. It's crazy to think he started the season the way he did. Lakers 0-5 out of the gates, and for Edwards to finish at 13-8 is quite remarkable, in my opinion. And guys, so here's your updated playoff bracket as we know right now, heading into the weekend's wild card round. You have the Orangeville Blitz taking on the Elora Rocks. This will take place at the Jefferson Elora Community Center. 8:30 puck drop there between the Blitz and the Rocks. And then on Saturday, a 9 o'clock start at the Delhi Community Center between the Dunnville Arrows and the Delhi Flames. Again, looking at our matchups, you have the Orangeville Blitz and Elora Rocks 11 versus 8. Again, you can see in the season series, Elora just dominating the Orangeville Blitz, but it's kind of deceiving in a sense because Orangeville, you know, a lot of these games took place before the swap and before the team overhaul. So it's going to be really difficult to predict this one, but it will take place on Friday night in Elora. 8:30 is the puck drop there. And again, our next matchup, as we look by the numbers here, you have the Dunnville Arrows and the Delhi Flames, a matchup of 10 versus 9. It'll take place at the Delhi Arena. 9 o'clock start time on Saturday. So not at 8, 9 o'clock is the puck drop. In the season series, Dunnville taking the first matchup 5-4. Delhi taking the next two, both also by a goal, 3-2 and 5-4 scores before Dunnville winning decisively, a 7-2 victory on home ice in their final matchup of the season. But so they split, and anything can happen in a single game elimination, especially in a grudge match game like this. Matt Rigrock and Chris Donnelly will be the players to watch, and the goaltending matchup should be quite good if it is indeed Jesse Schumann going up against Benjamin Blacker of the Flames. So like I say, as you guys can see here, here's the schedule. 8:30 on Friday, Orangeville and Elora, and then you have Dunnville and Delhi on Saturday. The winners of these two matchups will then go head-to-head to determine the 8th and final playoff spot. And again, depending on who wins out of these, so essentially, for example, if Elora was to win the first play-in matchup, they would get the home ice in the second game, no matter what the outcome. And like I said, keep it locked for information on when that second game will take place and where and what time. So we will keep you updated as we find out the information. And like I say, we've already touched on it. Orangeville at Elora, 8:30 on Friday. And then, of course, the secondary game being the Dunnville Arrows and the Delhi Flames coming up on Saturday. Now that I'm all talked out, no, I'm just joking. I'm going to let other people do the talk for a little bit. I don't know how much we're in at this point on this WOSHL podcast because I expect it to be about 3 hours long. I'm thinking we're at the hour and a half mark, but I'm thinking we're probably closer to the 2. Either way, we got some exciting interviews coming up here, guys. They're going to go back to back to back. So we're going to start with Tyler Springer of the Dunnville Arrows. Then we're going to go to Brett Case, the assistant general manager of the Alvinston Killer Bees. And we wrap up this podcast with an interview with Brody Martin of the Woodstock Lakers. I'll be back after all of those to wrap in a minute. All right, folks, here on the WOSHL podcast is the playoff preview show. We'll have a huge playoff preview show next week as well, but this one's to tee up our play-in tournament weekend and subsequently week, as the winners will have to go head-to-head at some point before the 1 through 8 rounds get and quarterfinals get underway next weekend. We're very pleased to be joined by one of the Dunnville Arrows players. We're with Tyler Springer of the Dunnville Arrows. Very pleased to have him with us as we get ready for Dunnville Delhi Part 5. Tyler, it's great to see you, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks for the text and for having me on.
It's just like I say, we're really excited. It's the first time in WOSHL in the 3 years that we've had to do this, a play-in for 8th. I guess, what are your thoughts on that, and what's the excitement level at?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not many guys I can say they played a 1-game play-in. So it's basically just a game 7, and no, I'm looking forward to it. The guys are looking forward to it. So it should be a lot of fun. Like you said, it's going to be the 5th time we've played Delhi, so we kind of know what they're at and where we're at. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
And I don't know if you can attest to this at all, but judging by the scores alone, it seems like every game you've played against them, minus the 7-2 score, has been a 1-goal game. That's like playoff atmosphere already, baby. Like, let's go.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Yeah, it's that's what you want, right? You want those 1-goal games. We were able to burn them there in town on Saturday, but
right.
You know, it's almost like a game 5, right? They've won twice, we've won twice, so
right.
Yeah, it's good. You got both the small towns going at it, so it'll be a riot.
And like, do you feel like the Arrows team have learned enough about them, given the fact that you guys got to go on the road, face them in their barn? Obviously, no easy task. I mean, you could say that about any home team in the league. What do you guys? What has been the message, I guess, from the Arrows teams in the group chats? Like, are you guys all pumped for this? Like, what's the general feel?
Yeah, we're really excited. Like, it's almost kind of like that, like the first game we had this year of the season, like the home opener versus Stratford, where you kind of,
okay,
it's kind of the start of something again, and the buzz in the dog days of the season, I guess, at some point kind of drags a bit, but this is almost like a new life. So we practice Thursday night, so we're looking forward to that, and
excellent.
Get a little prepared, get the boys out, and get ready for Saturday.
Right on. And obviously, so yeah, first season in WOSHL history for the Dunnville Arrows. I was speaking to Tom on the podcast last week, and we repeatedly said the same thing. Not the record that you probably hoped for, given the fact that you guys did play 4 overtime games. There's some points that you left on the board there. I guess, what was your take on the season, and what did you think of the WOSHL Hockey League?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, the boys have talked about it too. There's some points we've definitely left out there, but there's some points we've also gained as well.
Right.
Like, we were able to beat Tilbury once, beat Stratford on the road. So, you're not going to do that every time. So, there's a couple OT losses we've had that were tough, but we're in there. We're not really, we didn't really get our ass kicked too much, which was nice.
Right.
We were able to battle and be those 1-2 goal games losses. And like you said, how good the leagues are, the teams are now, and every team's got a couple big dogs that can play. So I think we settled in quite nice. Like, our record, I can't say that guys are really too pissed at the record.
Right.
Like you said, there's probably a couple wins we'd like in there, but in the grand scheme of things, I thought we did really well, and like, we should all be pretty proud of ourselves for what we were able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I say, I haven't watched you guys play that first game there. I was really excited. I mean, obviously that second win was pretty tough to come by for you guys, as you kind of hit a slow start out of the gate. But again, I think it was a pretty successful inaugural season for you guys, considering how tough it is to come into a new league where you really kind of don't know much about what you're getting into. Was it what you expected, or did you really know much about this league coming in?
It was probably better than I expected.
Okay.
Obviously, I knew some guys that had played in like the leagues before, whether it was this one or the other leagues. But
right.
I think once we knew we were getting the okay, I think everybody went online, looked at other teams' rosters, who they had, who we might have played against, and you obviously could see where some guys have played. But honestly, I think it was good that we had to play Stratford first, because it was like, holy shit, these guys can play, right?
Right.
But it was awesome. And like I said, I think we kind of had to figure out how to play, in this league.
Yep.
And lots of guys like myself and majority of the team haven't really played competitively in 8, 10, 12 years. So, what's back checking, right? You had to learn all that stuff again. So
not beer league anymore, buddy.
Exactly. You can't just change or hang high, but
that's it.
The league's been awesome. It was competitive, and that's kind of what I think everybody wants, it to be a good competitive game. And yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And obviously this league has grown a lot in its 3rd year. Playoffs are going to be so much fun. This play-in obviously is huge. The Delhi game, obviously massive. They've kind of sputtered to the finish line here, and, a much improved team from last year. Donnelly, Chris Martin, those guys are the big dogs over there that know how to score. Matt Rigrock led your guys' team in scoring. You could tell right out of the gate that he was going to be special, and obviously had a great year. What can you say about playing alongside him?
Yeah, Rugi's just an awesome kid. I think a lot of guys, if we were to play some bets at the start of the year, who we thought was going to lead the team in scoring, I think a lot of guys would have said Rugi.
Fair enough.
I play soccer with Rugi as well, and
Okay.
he plays the same way at hockey as soccer. He's high skill, relentless on the puck, never quits. He's just a great kid, and I couldn't be happier for him to have like that such a big second half like he did.
Right.
And I mean, his hands are quick. He's got to be tough to defend. I know I wouldn't want to play against him, so
Right.
it's good to have him. So yeah, I'm really proud of how he was able to play. Yeah.
Yeah, big points, big time all around. You also had Matt Schmaltz, who had a great year for his little bit of a cameo, I guess you could say, because I know he didn't get into a lot of games, but 13 goals. I mean, man, oh man, between him and Brad Parrish, both leading the team with 13 goals apiece. Like, man, Matt Schmaltz has to be on another level. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of him, but it just seems like every time I do a highlight pack, he's scoring if he's playing.
Yeah, like it's fun to play with Matty. Like he's had such a good OHL career. And he played professional and stuff. So it's for a lot of the guys, it was pretty special to be able to play with him because a lot of us guys play junior C or B or whatever. And I think we all say if we want to win, he's got to be our best player.
Right.
And most nights he is. He has the puck a ton. And I mean he's 6'7" out there, so it's hard not
he's
to.
A big guy.
And he's got red hair, so 6'7" redheads are hard to come by. But
right.
No, he's been awesome. And then same for Parrish. He was kind of a newer guy that. He's a newer guy that moved to town, but we played junior C against him. He played for Glanbrook. We all played for Dunnville, and we all knew he could finish. And but it was awesome to have him. He's fitting like a glove, and he scored some big goals for us too. So
yeah, had a hattie in the game against Delhi there too.
Yeah, he had a good hattie there, and both those guys. I think we rely on them heavily to be able to put the biscuit in there.
Well, and like I say, between Rigrock, Schmaltz, Parrish, and Tom Longland on defense, like, those are the guys that are going to need to step up in this game. Does it worry you when you think about the fact that it is a single game elimination? Like, does that weigh on the minds? Because really that's a scary thing when you put it in that perspective, that if you don't have it, you're done. That's it. It's over.
Yeah. I don't know if guys are thinking that way. It's more or less like just taking, just the opportunity, right? One game, like, how it goes, right? You win that game, it's an awesome night. You lose it, it's like, oh, we're done. But, I think for us right now, I don't think there's a ton of. I mean, we're probably not expected to maybe win, but I think most guys are going into the game just looking to have a ton of fun, get a win, and move on to the next one. So, I think it should be great. I think both teams will be thinking the same way, right? Both teams can say we beat each other, and here's the grudge match. So, I think a lot of guys are really looking forward to it.
Man, you know what? And talk about playoff type feel for sure. And we're right in the thick of it now. Again, you got to lay it all on the line to get that opportunity to play for that 8th spot. And, if you win one, you got to win the next one. You got to win that one to get that 8th spot and a date with the defending champs. No big deal, right?
Yeah. No big deal. But it should be all right.
Last question I want to ask you. So obviously a lot of family connections. I was talking with Tom obviously about that last week, and obviously for yourself playing with your brother, that had to be special for you.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like we're 3 years apart, so we got to play our tail end of junior C together. Should have been longer. He broke his ankle when he was 17, but the last year we played junior C was pretty awesome, and we got to be line mates at times and whatnot. So. I mean, if you ever have a brother that you're close with and is your best buddy, and it's always an honor to be able to do that and say you could play with your brother, especially at this level. And
sure,
I mean, he got a hat trick for Stratford, and I don't think I'm still hearing the end of it. So
yeah,
but it's been great.
First 3 of the year too.
Yeah, I was on him. He had a goose egg for a while. Fun, but
it happens,
no, it's been good. It was like our dad was a big senior A guy and junior hockey player in Dunnville, so. I think he'd definitely be proud of us still playing hockey and bringing seniors back to town.
Fantastic, man. We've been talking with Tyler Springer at Dunnville Arrows. They get set for their play-in this Saturday, 9:00 at Delhi Community Center between the Dunnville Arrows and the Delhi Flames. Tyler, it's been a pleasure, dude. Good luck on Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, here on the WOSHL Playoff Preview Podcast Show. Very pleased to be joined by Assistant GM Brett Case of the Alvinston Killer Bees. Brett, it's great to see you, buddy. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, thanks for having me, Andrew.
First of all, congrats on an unbelievable season from Alvinston. Like I said this in the post that I threw up on the Facebook podcast Facebook page. Man, what a turnaround for the Killer Bees this year. Tip of the cap, obviously. You guys just from top to bottom, I think everything was drastically different this year than last. And congratulations on that. And I guess your perspective on the season.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks, Raji. I appreciate that. I mean, it was hard work, top down, top from bottom to top. I mean, we have a committed group of probably 12 executive members that are working behind the scenes every day, to make this organization better and to make this organization, commit to that community that commits to us. I mean, we have a great group of hockey players on our team. But I think it's for the community. It is really, Elvinson has backed us since day one, and now it was our turn to kind of return the favor to Elvinson. And I mean, a fifth place finish in the regular season, kind of, it's nothing to really be proud of, but you're 4 points out of first place.
Right.
The league was really tight.
Totally.
You lost a couple games that maybe you shouldn't have, and totally different story, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, that's senior hockey. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, and it's great for the league, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just want to throw these numbers at you. Last year, 6-17-1, 72 goals, 142 against for a plus minus differential of -70. This year, 14-8-2, 128 goals for, 99 against. Like when you hear those numbers, like is that just jaw dropping? Like, do you guys even reminisce on that? Like, what is that? Like, it's crazy when you say that out loud.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to actually an old player, from year one, and he texted me the other day and he said like, "Hey, it's great to see what you guys are doing. Come to every game. I love it." But at the end of the day, we couldn't have done it without that group from year one, even year two. If we didn't have such a good core from last year to bring over and kind of build on, we wouldn't have had this same result. The group that we kept and brought into this year were very committed. They really helped with recruiting, and they want to win. At the end of the day, why play 24 games when you know you're not going to take the title? So they really helped out. The executive really helped out. Everybody, the town just gathered behind us. We get one win, and it's like, holy crap, when's the next game, right?
Right.
You're packing the Elvinson Arena with maybe 600-700 people a game, right? It's incredible. You walk around small town of Elvinson, you see kids, adults, everyone wearing Killer Bees hats, sweaters, swag, right? It's awesome. And I'll speak to the differential there. I'll make this argument. I honestly think on paper, we are the best hockey team in this league. There's some really great hockey teams, but we're deep. We have the depth. We have the good, strong back end, and we have the two best goalies in the league.
Yeah. No, it's well said. You know what? You guys have known me for a long time, and I've always tried to maintain strong support for you guys. Closet Killer Bees fan. No, but no, honestly, I've always pulled for you guys. I've always appreciated every one of you because you guys have always shown me so much respect and appreciation. And like anytime I come down to do a game, it's just so much fun because that place is packed and the fans are into it and they're cheering and they're focused and they're enthusiastic and all the other verbs that you can use. They're into it, and that's got to be awesome from every perspective when you play a home game.
Yeah, it is. Like, I mean, we have guys that played junior A, they played pro, and they come to the room after the first couple games at the Elvinson Arena, our home games, and they're like, "Holy crap, this is incredible! This is one of the best atmospheres ever." We have fans traveling to road games and supporting us on the road. They're driving to Tilsonburg on a Saturday night, when there's stuff going on in the small town of Elvinson, but they're gonna come support us, and the boys are really feeling that in the room. We had a little tough spell there, I would say about a month ago. We lost a couple in a row. We had a team meeting. We kind of said, look, guys, like, this is what you guys mean to this community. Like, this community is bought in with you guys. It's time for you guys to kind of, return the favor. And since then, I think we've got points in 6 straight. 5 wins, 1 overtime loss. So
there you go.
The boys have bought in.
Absolutely. And I mean, let's go to the season finale. Boy, what a finale it was. What a way to end the regular season on the last day a one-on-one overtime finish, and your leading scorer, James McEwen, who had an unbelievable year for you guys. Hands down, just remarkable player, and he ends it on the one-on-one. You were on the bench, obviously, for that. How exciting was that to be a part of?
Oh, Q, he's an incredible player, even better person. Um, he's got ties to the Brook Elvinson area, family ties, and when he stepped foot into the dressing room, it totally changed the attitude with the boys. He's a pro.
Yeah.
He brings that pro mentality. He plays every shift as hard as he can. He led by example last Saturday against Tilsonburg.
Yeah.
He took the team on his
Huge.
back and he led the way. He scored a buzzer beater in the second
That was
period.
awesome.
And then the
That was
overtime
awesome.
winner, what can you say? 49,000 people have viewed the Elvinson Killer Bees video from that goal, right?
There you go.
It's incredible what he did. It's incredible what he brings to this team, and he's just an even better guy. And I can't say anything. Like he is just
Yeah.
incredible guy. He's arguably the best player in the league. I know.
Yeah. Definitely
But
top five.
he finished top five in scoring.
Yeah.
He had some adjustments with the league. It is a different style than what he came from,
Of
and
course.
he's made those adjustments. And he's 200-foot player. We can
Yeah.
trust him in any situation. If you want a goal, you throw him out. If you want somebody to defensive shutdown, you throw him out. It's simple,
Yeah.
right? He'll play 50 minutes if we want him.
He's definitely an Allen Key type of player. Like he's just
Yeah.
got so much skill set, and it's impressive to watch. And even live and in person, you just don't believe it when you see it. It's pretty awesome. Let's talk about a couple of your returning guys that I thought were really impressive this year and really turned their games around. I want to start with Nolan DeConing. Great year for Nolan. His record speaks for itself. Obviously, going 9-4-1 was really a workhorse for you guys. Not to say that you didn't have your fair share of goalie starts, but it's Nolan's net, and I thought he really had a bounce back year.
Yeah, I mean, Deco was our MVP last year, and he built off that year. I think Deco, he's just getting better as the season goes on. Before I met Nolan, everybody told me he's a playoff guy. He's a playoff guy. Well, I think he's shown it the last two games that he's played. He shut out Tilbury with 42 saves. Then he goes down to Tilsonburg last week and makes some phenomenal saves, and we ride him to the victory.
Right.
He's that guy. You're right. He gets game one. It's great. And I think we have the best 1-2 punch in the league. You can't the llama there. You can't
Yep.
say anything
He's
bad
good
about
too.
him. He's played phenomenal as well for us.
Yep.
But I mean, you're right. No one's our guy. He's a workhorse. He's a winner, right? He's
Yep.
proven himself in Junior B. He's won the Ontario Championships, and now I think he's bought in to win another Ontario Championship here.
There you go. Like I say, just a phenomenal guy, and obviously great to see him have success. The other guy I want to ask you about is Carson Perry, because I think he had a great year. I know in the past he's taken his fair share of knocks, some that have been more serious looking than others. And, obviously he's a warrior, continues to bring it every night, and had a great season stat from a statistical point. I thought he had a great year, and obviously his line mates help with that, with being between McEwen and Faulkner. His game this year was excellent.
Yeah. Pears, he was the core guy. Him and Freifogel and DeConing were, the three core guys that we really built around. We really focused on those guys. Perry had connection with Faulkner. It was simple. Put them pairing together from day one. We bring McEwen in, all of a sudden that line clicks.
Wow, they were outstanding.
And Perry, he's a great guy. He confident with the puck, very talented. Yeah, he takes his hard knocks, but we have to force him to sit out games if we have concerns.
Right.
He wants to win. He's a battler. If he doesn't score, he comes off, he's mad. Right? He wants to win that hockey game, and Pears is going to do whatever he can. When he scores a goal, he scores a goal. It's a impactful goal, and he's getting the crowd going, right? So, honestly, Carson, him and McEwen together is phenomenal. They complement each other well. But also Perry, he's got an A on his jersey for a reason.
Yeah.
He might be a little bit quieter in the room, but he leads by example, and we want that, right? And he's been a captain in the Strathroy Rockets organization as well. So, nothing. Pears is a great contributor on and off the ice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I say, even nicer guy off the ice, and the makings of a great all-around player. And obviously, like I said, the A on the jersey for a reason as a team leader, and prime example of what needs to be done on the ice and off. Um, so let's talk about your playoff first round opponent, your best of five quarterfinal matchup, a 4 versus 5. You guys are in the 5 seed going up against your Lambton County rival, the Petrolia Squires, who you had lots of experience against this year. I guess what are your thoughts heading into this best of 5? And I guess where do you guys match up?
I mean, Petrolia, they're a great organization over there. They've been around for years, right? I grew up with a lot of the guys, played hockey with a lot of the guys over there. There's some of my good buddies over there, right? So, on the ice, it's a totally different story. I just want to beat them.
Right, of
The
course.
Battle of Lambton County, it is a battle, right?
Yeah,
Game one, we play in Elvinston. Who knows how many people we had in that building?
right.
We don't even like. It was incredibly packed. Some guys saying they never played in front of crowds like that.
Yeah,
You go around Lambton County. I was in Sarnia the other day, and it's like, oh, you guys are playing the Squires. That's gonna be a heck of a game. I'm coming out to
right,
watch that. Right? Everyone's fired up. The buildings are gonna be absolutely packed to the rafters.
yeah,
It's gonna be incredible. Where do we match up? I said it earlier. I'm very confident with my group, and they're gonna have to play a perfect series to beat us in 5 games. I really like the matchup for us. They have a really strong defensive core. They got some size. They're gritty.
right,
We have to kind of build around that and make sure we don't get, stooped into that game,
right,
and use our wheels. If we use our legs, I don't see a concern. But if we kind of play that physical game with them, we might be in tough with them. But very confident with the group. I mean, hopefully we can figure out the schedule like tonight and move on with it and get
right.
those barns packed and get the boys going.
Absolutely. And what is the vibe within your group? Are they pumped for this series? Are they pumped for the playoff run?
Oh, the boys are fired up for no matter who we get.
Good.
They're confident in this group. They're confident in one another. I mean, we're coming off a hot end of the season.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great. They're excited. It's their first go kick of the can here with Elvinson for a lot of them.
Right.
And I think they understand it's time to return the favor to the community, and they've really bought in, really bought in.
Hey, playoff hockey is a whole nother animal.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think your series will go 5. Obviously, from a financial aspect, that'd be perfect. But from a pure hockey perspective and fan favorite, I mean, this series is going to be awesome. Do you think it could be the best series in the first round?
I think it's gonna be the best series, hands down. I've
Yeah.
said it all along, all season. The best out of 5 series for everybody is gonna be the toughest one. So if you can get through your first round, you never know what you're gonna do, right? Seven
Yeah.
games
Oh
versus
yeah.
5 games. Yeah, it's very exciting. I think that this league is anybody and on any given night can beat anyone, right?
Oh yeah.
Even at playing round, it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out there.
It will
But
be.
right now we're focused on Petrolia and Petrolia only.
There you go.
You can't look ahead in this league, and once that puck drops, and we'll be focused on it. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun, and
Yeah.
we're hoping that we're into end of April by the end of the season.
There you go. Nothing but confidence. Confidence is high. Confidence is key.
Hmm.
Assistant GM Brett Case of the Alvinston Killer Bees, their first round matchup, the Petrolia Squires, a matchup of 4 versus 5, gets underway on Friday, March the 1st, tentatively. Anyways, nothing confirmed yet. Brett, thanks for stopping in with us, pal, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Raji.
All right, here on the WOSHL podcast, the playoff preview show, as we get set for our play-in tournament, we welcome in Brody Martin of the Woodstock Lakers, number 91, number one in your hearts, 91 in your programs, with the killer mustache that everybody loves, and well, he plays like Darcy Tucker too, if you've ever watched him play. Brody, it's great to have you on here, Paul. I know we've been trying to do this a couple times this year, and we haven't been able to, but it's great to finally have you on here.
Yeah, thanks, Raj. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Thanks for the intro. I'll take that as a compliment, 100%.
Definitely a compliment, man. Big Leaf fan here. So obviously, having watched Tucker in his prime when he was with Toronto, he was one of those players that you hated playing against because he was a pest, but you loved him on your team because he did everything you wanted him to do and didn't complain and just was a force. So that's how I compare you, buddy, and I'm proud to do that. So kudos.
I love that. Thanks, Raj. Appreciate it, man.
Okay, so yeah, like I was saying before we started recording here, great season for the Woodstock Lakers, 14-10, a sixth place finish. Obviously would have liked to have finished higher, not the start you guys had hoped for. If you could sum up the season for us in your opinion.
Oh, that's a good question. What a turnaround.
Right?
Chain of events. Yeah, absolutely. Kudos to Eddie. I would probably say he's the base of everything. Like I was just saying before, he just every day, every night, he just comes out to play, and it's just been amazing having him in the room. And then obviously on the other end we got Kevin Hu, and we can get into that if you want. But I think everybody knows who Kevin Hu is in the league, and anyone watching.
Unbelievable year. 42 goals, 69 points. Between him and Palillo, like
I was gonna say, yeah,
absolute 1-2 punch. Got like rivaling guys like Sakic, Forsberg, Lindros, Leclerc, big name, big studs, Lemieux, Yagers, Malkins, Crosby's. You can name any 1-2 punch off of any dynamite team. They put up Superman-like numbers, and they were a force all year long.
Oh, it's I don't mind sitting on the bench when I'm watching those two. I'll just put it that way.
Well, and it's just it's remarkable. It's got to be a pretty eye-opening sight when you're that close to it, isn't it?
People you don't understand, like people that are on Sportfeet or watching it live. It's the same thing when you're watching the NHL game on TV. It's not the same unless you're right there against the glass.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty cool, obviously. And what was I guess maybe let's take a little bit more of a personal approach to this. What was the season like for you? Like, you have a role and you play it perfectly. Was this a successful season for you on a personal level?
Absolutely. Number one goal was to have a couple more goals than I did last year, and that happened. And my second goal was to put up more points, prove that I deserve a spot on the bench as well, and that's happened so far as well. I think I've already beat my points from last year, so absolutely.
Good. Glad personal goals were achieved. And obviously, like a much better season statistically for the Woodstock Lakers through and through. That's obviously a big bonus. Does that make it funner? If that's a word I can use here, does that make it more enjoyable to come to the rink knowing that you're going to be successful?
Yeah, just hands down. That's probably half the reason why my points are up is I'm playing with a great group of guys on and off the ice. There's no arguing in the room. There's no BS. We're all brothers. We all act like it on and off the ice. And it's I couldn't have asked for a better season compared to last year, especially.
Of course. Like I say, the numbers speak for themselves. What I'm really curious is about, because I watched you guys come out of the gate and starting 0-5, not the start obviously you guys were hoping for. No. Was there a lot of doubt within the room, or was it more belief that you guys could turn this thing around?
I would say probably a little bit of both. There might have been a little bit of doubt after the first week, 2 weeks in. But we also stayed positive. We knew that if we were going to yell at each other and get upset with one another, then it wasn't going to do anything. So we had some positivity, like Mitch in the room, our captain. He's one guy to kind of uplift us all when we're in a situation like that, and we were able to bounce back. So yeah.
Good. Glad to hear that. I know you spoke a little bit about Eddie off the top. That's Ben Edwards for those who don't follow. 13-8 this year. Just an unbelievable season from Ben Edwards, who he really struggled off the hop as well. You spoke a little bit about him. Could you elaborate more just on how good of a year he had?
I mean, my hockey background and resume isn't at that high of a caliber by any means, but I played with a lot of guys and a lot of good goaltenders, and I don't know how to put it into words. He's he doesn't get down. You know, a lot of goalies are almost like a quarterback, right? So everything kind of falls on their shoulders, and he's one guy just to keep bouncing back. You know, when we get scored on, I go down to him and I let him know, hey, listen, we're going to get that back, and give him a little tap on the pads, and away we go. So, hey, he doesn't get down. He's confident. He's just a stud all around. He's a really good guy.
No, that's good. And like I say, obviously good guys to get rewarded the way he did with a great year, and one of the top goalies in this league. And he proved it this year, and just fantastic to see. Take us through the whirlwind of a game that some people witnessed either live or in person or on Sportfy, that 11-10 victory on Saturday, setting the WOSHL record for most goals combined in a game by far. That had to be something. Like, have you ever been a part of anything like that?
No, not that high scoring in any sport, to be honest with you. And any sport but football, I would probably have to say. I don't know what happened. I just thank goodness that Orangeville is pretty far from Woodstock, and there wasn't a lot of people there watching that, because it was it wasn't the best play on our part. But like we were talking about, we ended up bouncing back, but it was just ping pong, just back and forth, one after another, and they would get one on us, and we'd go down on them, and so it was a rush. Yeah, you could say that.
No, absolutely. The interesting thing that I have taken away from you guys this year, and I'll be completely transparent and honest with you on this, is the one thing I would say that I worry about when it comes to you guys in the playoffs is your ability to defend. You know, obviously you're not going to, like, the games are going to get tighter. They're going to get more defensive. You know, it's going to become a tighter game to play. Is that something that you guys have talked about in the group, about how you could possibly clamp down defensively when it comes to this series that you're about to enter?
Yeah, no, we've, I don't know, we've had conversations about it, in general, I guess. I think what it comes down to is defensively, chemistry goes a lot further than chemistry offensively. Defensive gets taken care of first. The house gets looked after, then we go down and score. So it just comes down to chemistry, I think. And, you know, as we get older and in this league, you see some guys can't make it some nights and some guys can. So we're just going to try to buckle down and find that niche of ours, and just carry on.
Absolutely. And like I say, I think, you know, at the end of the day, this is the most exciting time. Playoffs. Absolutely. I mean, obviously everything ramps up. The tension is ratcheted. You know, it's just exciting all around in terms of where things are going to go from here to challenge for that Super League Cup in the WOSHL's third year, which the hockey's gotten better. The teams have gotten better. You know, things are different, but maybe sometimes they stay the same. Thus, kind of a better year for Woodstock, yet you still draw the first round opponent in Tilbury, a rematch from last year. I mean, what do you expect this time around in the second go round? Like, obviously you want a different result, no question about it.
Absolutely. For me personally, just keep your head up, because it's going to be a battle for sure. And it's going to be worse than last year. It's going to be fun though at the same time, I think too. Like we're coming in there, we're gonna definitely pull one out of the hat, and probably surprise everybody. You know, we're here to fight and we're here to win. So yeah, I think we're keen to take this one. We're traveling 2 hours, so I think we're gonna do what it takes as a team and as a whole.
Absolutely. Just by the way, no schedule announced yet. Obviously, we still have a week a week and a bit to go here before we have that our first round matchups. Like I say, best of 5 Tilbury Bluebirds, Woodstock Lakers going to be a banger. In terms of this play-in, what are your thoughts on it? And I guess what are your expectations from the 4 teams that are going to battle it out for that 8th spot?
That's a good question, Roger. I don't know.
I mean, you have Orangeville, the relative unknown, considering the teardown mid-season, obviously, against the season, like the hockey vets, which are the Elora Rocks, who've been around and doing this as long as most. And then you have Dunnville and Delhi. You know, again, 4 teams that are as good as anybody or can be on any given night, which is so great about this league, that are going to battle it out, and we'll see what happens. But you know, there's got to be a lot of intrigue, I think.
Yeah, no, it's again, I think coming back to when I was talking about chemistry there and guys showing up and whatnot, I think a lot of the time, especially with you know, I know from experience playing Alora, like on the road could be a completely different team, right? So I think it's going to come down to who's showing up, who wants to be here, and who wants to win. You know, and I think that's what it's going to come down to. But yeah, they're going to be exciting for sure. It's going to be a battle on both ends. So I'm excited to watch.
Yeah. Do you have any like words of wisdom in terms, like, I mean, think about it
Get
this way,
a,
right? Think about it this way. Like it's a single game elimination. That's scary stuff. I mean, you got one night to basically, it could be at the end of your year if you don't bring it that night. Like what's got to be the vibe? What's got to be the feel? What's got to be the motivation going into that? Is that it, or is there something else?
man, honestly, I would if you haven't seen um, any of those Don Cherry films or anything like that, I'd
Rock'em
probably
sock.
grab those. Yeah, I used to before those kind of games, put on some Rock'em Sock'em or somehow get pumped up on YouTube. Get a couple ice baths in you because it's going to be a battle and just buckle down. I mean, I would spend all day just thinking about it and you know, you go into the game banging bodies and putting the puck in the back of the net. But other than that, I don't know. It's tough. It's going to be a tough series on both ends.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I really don't think there's a bad series, regardless of who comes out of the play-in and takes on Stratford in that first round, and the other matchups. If you look top to bottom, I think they're all going to be absolute barn burners. I really do. I think the saddest part about it is that they're best of fives and not best of sevens. That's the only loss out of all of it, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm getting the weird feeling from it last year. It's just, yeah, playoffs, man. It's, you got to buckle down, you got to find a way. So, like I said, I'm excited to watch on Sportfy there, and I don't know if I'm rooting for anyone because I don't know if I should or not, but it'll be fun to watch. I'd like to see, you know, Alora being the defending champs. It's kind of shocked me sitting where they're sitting. You know, defended from a couple of years ago, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, I should say a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
No offense to
No,
yeah,
no,
don't want to mix them up with Stratford, but you know, with them being in that position, and then it kind of just threw me off guard seeing them decline like that. But I think they're in a little bit of a rebuild process, so I'd like to see them come out of it and you know, same thing we did, right? Just come back.
Yeah, I mean, anything could happen. It's playoff time, baby. It's going to be fun. We've been talking with Woodstock Laker, Brody Martin. Just absolute pleasure speaking with you, dude. Best of luck in the series against Tilbury. I know we'll talk before then, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you on here. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, Raj, hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Okay, after all of that, I want to thank you, the viewer, for watching and sticking it through. I want to thank the WOSHL League for another great year of regular season hockey that wraps year 3. Playoffs are a new game, a new beginning, and everyone starts from zeros. The way I see it, it's a brand new ball game, and it should be a lot of fun. A lot of unknowns and a lot of uncertainty, but the teams will dig in right now, and they'll be a lot closer defensively. I can guarantee it. It should be so much fun. These series are so unpredictable, but I can't wait for it to get started. The play-in starts this weekend, and I'm so excited for it. Want to thank Tyler Springer, Brett Case, and Brody Martin for coming on to the podcast and speaking with us this week. I will be back next week to give you a full preview on matchups of the 1 through 8s and the 4 series in the quarterfinal round, best of 5s that begin next weekend. It's going to be so much fun. Andrew Rogers of the WOSHL podcast. Thank you very much for watching. This has been presented by VMS Sportswear and Apparel. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everyone.